Measuring eggs. Most standardized recipes that we use here in the United States, especially in the Northeast, especially in the Massachusetts area, if you really narrow it down, are large eggs, all right? The container will indicate that it's a large egg. There are many different size eggs. They have many different extra large, jumbo, medium, all right? Large egg is pretty standard size. When you buy your eggs, I open up the carton at the supermarket. I give them all a little shake like this to make sure that nothing is broken. No shells are broken. If I come across a carton that has a broken shell, I'll tell the worker that's working nearby in the aisle that these are broken. And I don't know what they do with them all, but you don't want to use a broken shell because now you're introducing bacteria into the egg. So that's why you want to make sure that the shells are intact, nothing's stuck to the container. You can also do what I do here. You give it a look underneath also. So I do a double take. I take a look around, and then I also go through it and make sure that everything is sound. All right. That's an important indicator when you're buying eggs, and they should be cold when you buy them. Eggs should be cold, kept in the refrigerated area. So, cracking the eggs. Some people get nervous to do this. It's not that big of a deal. It's pretty easy to do. What we have is our container here. We're going to go and just swing it over here a little bit. We have our container right here. And when we are going to be measuring eggs, usually in the recipe that we use, it'll say 1 or 2 eggs. Although bigger standardized large recipes that big restaurants use and big hotels and things like that, what they use are, they could even measure their eggs out and say, I need 2 cups of eggs, I need a quart of eggs. It all depends on the recipe at hand, but for the majority of things we're doing, we use individual eggs, okay? When you're cracking the egg, always give it a good crack on a flat surface and then come right into a container nearby, okay? Yes, occasionally some might spill, and that's part of cooking. We have messes that we have to clean up when we're done. But cracking it on a flat surface allows the egg to not have any shell in there at all. It gives you a nice clean break. It gives you the opportunity, if you look, and I did it kind of right, I kind of smashed my shell up, but my shell is now broken in 3 pieces. But when I did crack it, my shell was in 2 pieces. And what that could allow me to do is juggle back and forth if I had to separate the yolk from the white. If the recipe called for egg yolks, yolk is the yellow part of the egg, and the egg white is the white part of the egg. Some recipes call for 2 whole eggs plus 2 egg yolks, or 3 egg whites and 1 egg yolk, or whatever the recipe is. So we will be separating eggs at some point, and we'll do a little demonstration on that as well. Number one thing I have to do, as you see, my hands are all glistening from the egg, and there's a little piece of shell right there, so I don't want to reintroduce that into any food. And you have to assume, regardless of the fact that they're organic eggs, you have to assume that these eggs could contain salmonella or E. coli. So what I'm going to do is, when I'm done videotaping this, I'm going to wash my hands with hot soapy water for 26 to 30 seconds and making sure I kill off the possibility of any bacteria on my hands.